Welcome back to another episode of my Ultimate Iron Man. I'm here getting geared up to go back to Zulrah, which we just dipped our toes into at the end of last episode, and then cut it because it was a long one. And my inventory's getting a little full. This is all, like, this might look cluttered, but I have a use for every single thing here at the bottom, at least. The looting bag is what's getting a little full. Most of this is, like, I have very few kind of, like, you know, things I'm keeping that I don't, like, that I think most UIMs would agree you don't need. Maybe a regen bracelet. I would like to keep that until I eventually go for 99 thieving. That's about the only reason I'm keeping that. And it is, like, sometimes it's nice for, like, cracking whenever I get that. D-chain. Hopefully we will be getting a D-skirt soon-ish to put that in a stash unit and never see it again. And then I guess maybe pegs, if the peg Asian, I don't have pegs yet, to make pegs, hopefully. The ballista I'm holding on to, but that's, you know, it's not in the slot yet, you know, I'm debating what to put in there. Grapes I'm going to keep in for Zulrah, because, you know, we're going to get more of those. So pretty much the only thing in here that I'm not willing to lose, which is how I usually use History, the stuff I keep in there whenever I'm doing, you know, content that I could die at, is the Varric's plate skirt and the Elven signet. So I'm gonna leave the signet. I'll take the signet. I'm holding on to that for when I get a D pick and hopefully making that into the mining one, just to get the mining boost, because that mining is kind of low, and I'm gonna want to try to train that. And any amount of, you know, XP saving I can get from that would be much appreciated. I'm just trying to make sure I have at least a couple spots open for Zulrah's drops. So when I go ahead and put these three things in here and then the grapes, I think I'll have one spot, if any. Yeah, one spot. So Varric's plate skirt had been taking up that spot before, but after a lot of deliberation, not by a lot, I mean, you know, just kind of being like, oh, that's right. I couldn't pay you to tell you the last time I used Varric's plate skirt anywhere. Just because, like, we don't do much hybrid stuff. I guess maybe raids, but even then, with having crystal armor, it would be more worth it just to keep the crystal legs on than to bring Varric's, I think, from most places. So I'm gonna go ahead and alch it. The next upgrade I'd be looking for, you know, pants anyway, would be tassets, which again is on the somewhat, you know, coming up soon kind of, you know, agenda. But that, you know, that would just be purely better than Varric's. And then, like, if I do ever really need tank legs, I have Guthans in the stash units, like I could get that, but I just, you know, I think it was one of those things similar to, like, the God D'hide top, where I was just holding on to it because, like, it, you know, I saw a bunch of other people do it and figured you should, but it's like, it's, you know, I never use it. It is literally just a dead spot. So that is finally gone. Feels bad. We've had it on the account for a while, and, you know, it is, you know, when you're going for Bears items, that's one of the better ones, so it's a little sad, but, you know, hey, we're just getting rid of it because our account is moving on to better and brighter places. Oh no, guys, I changed up my loot beam settings and ground items so that I could maybe be surprised by uniques, and there's a unique, but I think I can kind of tell what that is. It's an uncut onyx, baby. We take those, boys. We take those. I'm going to teleport before I die here. It's not the worst. Like I said, I'm, you know, in the market to try and make an anguish. So, you know, I guess it'll go in the bag, even though my looting bag is presently full. So I'll be in my inventory till the next time I die. And then we're probably going to lose the Calquat seeds, I would think. Because farming, it's nice farming XP, but that's, like, on the low end of farming stuff, you know. It's not that worth it to keep. That is our third onyx, though, from Zulrah. So, yay, you can't, I guess you can't very much complain about that. Third onyx, fourth time hitting the unique table. So we're just around on rate. I think it's like 1 in 128, so we were a little under. Guys, I'm gonna lose my mind. There's literally no way. There's literally no way. There's no way. The back-to-back onyx drop. Like, what? What? Why? Oh gosh. Oh my lord. Thanks, Zulrah, I guess. I mean, I guess it's an alch. I don't know how much they alch for. 120k? Or I'm gonna look to see if there's anything I can use an onyx for. All right, after some bit of digging, the only thing I could think of to use would be I can make like the lava bench in here in the garden, but I need 98 construction, which even if I boost it all the way, I'd have to get 92 still, so I'd have to be in my inventory, or I'd have to go and do that right now, which... What? You know what? You know what? F it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna grind to 92 construction, or maybe 93 if I need that for the Spirit Tree Fairy Ring combo. But that's Zulrah giving me a sign, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to have the coolest superior garden in the world. Thank you, Zulrah, for giving me the motivation to do this. I'm sorry I tricked you that this was going to be a Zulrah episode. I lied. I got you. You're already here. You can't go anywhere. Sucks to suck. But yeah, I'm going to grind construction. We're Bob Builder now. Okay, and I'm all set up for kind of a new thing with this method of mahogany homes. I've never cut my own logs before, so we'll see how that goes. It'll be weird to try and compare the XP an hour because I only go off of using my noted oak planks. So going from noted oaks to cutting your own teaks, I expect it to be more, but I don't know how much better it would be if you're using noted teaks. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. You see, I've already bought the plank sack. That should hopefully increase our rates by a good chunk more than we'd get normally if we were just, cutting and going back without the sack. If we go over here to check rewards, we have 1137 points. Hopefully I'll get to 2,000 with this grind, but of course the main goal is just 92 construction. Yeah, because you need 93 for the garden, which is the Spirit Tree combo, in the garden, and I can use the +3 T boost from inside to boost up to that. So that's what I'm going for, but if I'm close enough, I might just, keep going to 2,000. We'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to this. Figured it's about time I give an update since I got a medium clue, so I'm going to want to open that so I can, have my inventory spot back. I'm getting about 75k an hour. That's with a average of pretty focused and then not focusing. I think that's probably where it's gonna be for me. Not gonna lie, not as high as I wanted to, though I probably should have been about what I was expecting, just given that I knew it would be a while, or it would be a big difference between noted planks and then cutting your own, even though I was going from oaks to teaks. But it's still not terrible. That is for how inexpensive it is and fairly chill, and the points are much faster. It's not bad. So let's see this medium casket. Nothing great. Hopefully the IDK shield is new for the POH at least. Guys, I'm like 3 hours in and I just had an epiphany. Why am I doing teaks? Obviously mahoganies are more expensive, but I think it would be, I have a decent amount of money and I'm wondering how much more XP an hour it would be. I'm gonna try a fresh hour of mahoganies after I finish this and see what I can get, because I think I just had it in my head, because if I wasn't doing mahogany homes, I'd be doing mounted myth capes, which you use teaks. You can't just do that with mahoganies. But I saw a guy woodcutting mahoganies, and why would someone be woodcutting mahoganies? Because you see people doing two-tick teaking down here all the time. And the first time I seen someone in mahogany, it's why would you chop this? I wait a minute. Why am I not chopping those? It would greatly increase my GP, I'm using, but also mahogany homes is supposed to be less GP. That's the idea. So it would be more than I'm using now, but it would still be less than if I was doing just, normal construction. So I will try that and then report back to you on the increased XP rates. Reporting in after an hour-ish of training with mahogany and I think it is the right move to go with teaks. If you had a surplus of noted mahogany planks, obviously that would be better. But it takes us significantly longer to chop mahoganies than it does teaks, and it's 3 times as expensive per plank than teaks, and I'm getting 10 to 15 more, or 15k XP an hour more than I was at teaks. So that is not quite 3 times as much XP. Only 1 more point per contract. Again, less contracts per hour because it takes more time to cut them. So I'll do this now just because I still got some in my plank sack, but definitely gonna go back to teaks after this because it's just too expensive. I think the mahogany version of this is just kind of like if you get a big bulk of noted planks from raids or something, you can do a little treat, go and use those like I've been using the oak planks for a little boost of XP. This is completely random, but I just saw a shooting star just landed here. The shadow of a shooting star, I examined it. It was like a little black, or a 4x4 black circle moving across the ground, and I was like, what the heck? And then a shooting star crashed. I've never seen that happen before. I guess I'm special now. I'm curious how long it'll take before the swarm of shooting star hunters show up. We're getting close to getting a level, although we are not quite there yet. But I did get another hard casket from wood cutting, so I'm going to open that up now that I have some inventory space. I had to fight 3 Sarah Wizards for this, risked all of my stuff in Hispori. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I like to live dangerously sometimes. Let's see if our recklessness will be rewarded. Oh, hang on. Guthix Crozier might be new. I turned off collection log notifications so that Zulrah could be more exciting, and then I got 2 Onyxes back to back. So I don't know how well that worked out for me. Well, when I finish up this contract, it's going to give me my first level. And I gotta be honest, guys, well, I'm not hating this, and it's still, you know, alright. Oh no, I don't have a steel bar! No! Well, I'll teleport to Blast Furnace, and I can continue waffling. While I'm enjoying this, I am not loving it nearly as much as I did with Noted Planks, mainly because it's kind of like free, easy XP. It's so much more relaxed with Noted Planks. Even though you get more actual AFK time when you're chopping trees, or somewhat AFK. But it's just, the XP is, you know, it's okay, but when I know how much I can get even from just doing, like, you know, Mounted Myth, it's hard to, you know, justify doing this. So I think I'm going to stop once I hit 2,000 points and get the Hosidius recolor for the house, just because I'm, you know, getting a little tired of this. I'd like to get my XP rates up a little higher. We'll see what the rates are with the Plague Sack doing Mounted Myth, and then I might, rather than getting enough points to just get the Plank Sack again, which was my original plan, I might just keep it as long as it's not like destroyed on death or something, and then just hope maybe go for the 99 construction grind, you know, sometime before the end of the year, you know, in a reasonable, not in, you know, next week, but not, you know, I don't want to hold on to it for 6 more months or something. Alright, so I'll take my Cuppa, and then there's 91 construction, ornate jewelry box, and the magic dungeon treasure chest. Oh, Norman, I finished that contract you wanted. I will take a Cuppa because that's gonna leave me with 200,000 points. Forgive me, it's 2:15 in the morning. I'm a little tired. And then that's just over 700 contracts total we've done. I am ready to move on from Mahogany Homes. Again, don't hate it, but, you know, it does get exhausting. It's just if I'm already going to commit, you know, a full day to grinding, I'd rather do the, you know, the most effective method if it's not, you know, that much worse than what this is. But I will go ahead and untag all Amy's. Let's go to rewards. I would like the Hosidius blueprints. I think, do I just inspect them? Perhaps, okay, so I have to give them to the estate agent over here. I will say I did manage to get up to about 81, 82k XP an hour. I think with the Plank Sack doing that. So I started out with 75k an hour, just about, if you can remember. So is this tradable? It's not. No, that would be kind of crazy if it was. Okay, estate agent. Do I have to talk to him? Okay, all right. So now he held onto that. That was I don't know why it needed to be a piece of paper, but spaghetti could, I guess. Always got a nice little display board in there. Let's go check out the POH now. That's got the Hosidius style. Oh, I love that. I mean, I already had the fence. That works with that, but I like the floors. I really love the like tiling on the walls and stuff. The windows are nice. It's just, you know, I generally like the white colors. Oh, those roofs look really cool too. I generally like the white colors, but like all the other themes that have white are just like so blown out. I know it sounds crazy because, you know, POH is like, you know, who cares? But I think I've said it before, I've always been infatuated with POHs. It's just, you know, it's something that's cool. I like it. So it's an iconic part of RuneScape for me. I'd like to have a decked out POH. That's one of my endgame goals. So this is definitely a big step on that. But now that I'm done with Mahogany Homes, it is time to get into Mounted Myth Caves. It's going to take me a second to kind of remember how I used to do that. But I don't think it should be too bad. I'm pretty sure I do need the rejuvenation pool. So I think I want my mounted myth cape to be here where the portal nexus is. Y'all, mounted myth capes kind of suck. I don't know why in my mind I was like, oh, it's like 100k XP an hour or something like that. I'm getting like 70, 71k XP an hour average probably doing this. It is worse than Mahogany Homes. It's worse than Mahogany Homes even if you don't have the plank sack. And I don't know, I even went back and looked at my old video when I first unlocked Prif and then, you know, was doing this method, and it was like 54k XP an hour. It's like, I'm doing better than I was then with the plank stack, obviously, and higher wood cutting, but this is, I'm spending more money and more time on construction than just what I was doing Mahogany Homes for better rates. So I'm gonna go back to Mahogany Homes, even though I don't, you know, really want to do that. But this is a good eye-opening experience. Be like, oh no, I was doing the best way already. Just best for money, best for XP an hour. Maybe not best for, you know, mentally doing the same thing. But I'm gonna try and change things up a little bit. I'm gonna grab some water runes and I'm gonna try and start teleporting directly to like Falador and Artie. Because before I would like come back to my house and stuff to restore run. But maybe I'll just try being more strategic with cups of tea. And seeing if that can change my XP rates any amount. I've only got like 315k XP to go, so it won't be that long. We managed to sneak out 92 wood cutting while we were on this construction grind. It's not nearly as good as construction, but we've been getting like, I think 30 to 40k XP an hour for wood cutting, so you know, that adds up after a while. Got our first, I think, medium clue from doing wood cutting for not much. Good morning, gamers. I left myself only 10k XP to go before I went to bed last night, and that's going to pay off by giving me an early level here pretty soon. And also, it's game update day. There haven't been many non-TOA changes lately, but I did notice something reading through the patch notes. There's now a 30-minute warning before the 6-hour log, instead of just the 5-minute warning, 30-minute and 10-minute, I think. So I haven't even uploaded my video from last week, so like, yeah, I'm not going to claim credit for that unless they have like a bug in my house, but it was pretty interesting to see. But there we go, 92 construction. We can now build 32 rooms, and then build a nexus that I've already built. So, wow, that's only 2 things from specifically 92. But of course, you know, construction is all about boosting. So we are now able to boost up to build the Fairy Ring Spirit Tree combo and a couple other things too. So I'm going to go get that ready, and then I'll catch you back with the, you know, first step of my coolest house in Gillinor project, we'll call it. Alright, moment of truth, here we go. Let's get rid of this stinky spirit tree, and then we'll go ahead and drink a nice cuppa, and we can make the spirit tree fairy ring combo. Heck yes. And you see I've upgraded a little bit of my garden since then. I was gonna make the onyx bench too, which is kind of the reason we started doing this grind, but we have to go get lava runes, which I have a plan for, but it will involve a little bit of grinding. I'm trying to think, it's gonna remove this one, right? Okay, maybe I'll do that over here just to be sure. But yeah, we free up a space here in the garden because we don't, you know, need it anymore. So that's cool. We can make our house a little more compact. Did a little AFK woodcutting while I was editing this video real fast. I managed to get a couple clues, nothing major, just a beginner that's trash, and then 2 easies for nothing, hopefully a unique, maybe with that black plate body. But in order to get those lava runes we need, I am going to go to spiritual mages, specifically the Zeros spiritual mages that came out with Nex a while ago. They actually drop them fairly commonly in a decent amount too. So, you know, you can use ancient items to protect from Nex. So I'm just gonna go there and camp them. And they even have a chance to drop like their ceremonial armor, which is, I think in RS3, it like if you have the full set, you don't need to get KC to fight Nex. But of course, you know, we're not allowed to even have like halfway good things in old school, so it has no effect in old school. Not even like a slight KC reduction. But so it could be cool. It can go in the I think the armor case, and I need to put my password in. So, but believe me, it can go in one of these 2 things. So it might be cool to have sometime. finally finished up getting the lava runes I needed from these guys. It wasn't too terrible, but they're quite a bit stronger than normal spiritual mages. If you're using ranged and full crystal like I was, it wasn't too bad. But I did have to learn the hard way that they have super high melee defense. Like I had melee gear, and then my whip, I had the freaking defender too, and I was, even with piety, I was hitting not a lot. So definitely suggest you use range, and if you're grinding like I did, they actually have pretty decent drops. I was getting super restores a lot. They also drop ancient brews even more commonly, which they like drain your the top 3 melee stats, or like attack, strength, defense. I don't know why I worded it like that, but they give you they boost magic, and they also give you +10 prayer, which isn't a lot, but if you're doing range, you don't need any of those stats. So it is nice for the +10 prayer, and I was, for the most part, with my stats, able to just keep Protector Magic on pretty much the whole time, and stay up. If you're lazy flicking, which I was at first, you could lazy flick with Eagle Eye, and you'd be fine with the supply drops you get. So I didn't manage to get any Dragon Boots, which would have been nice, because I still kind of need one for the Gilded set, or I got the Gilded kit a while ago. From a clue, and it's just sitting in a stash unit. But I did manage to get one of the ceremonial masks, which is like I think it's like 1 in 628 drop, so I'll put that in there. It looks pretty cool. Maybe someday we'll get the full set, but that's probably something I'd grind for, and since it does have some prayer, it's not like a cosmetic set, but it's really not that useful. And I also got a Blood Essence, which is just going to be a 60k alch. We've already gone over that. I got one of those from Guardians of the Rift, so not super useful. Maybe if I was in the mood to do blood rune crafting and had a full inventory, I would do that, but not something I want to do right now. And then last but not least, we also got a hard clue from them. So let's see what I got. It was a very easy casket. Ooh, Arma Place Skirt. That's new. That's pretty cool. And then some decent alchs on top of that. Alright, now for the real reason I did this whole construction guide pretty much. All the reason that pushed me into it. This was the real reason, the tree. But I'm going to go ahead and boost up real fast, build seating space, obsidian decorative bench. Yeah, I know, build it anyway. That looks pretty cool, actually. Just a little bit of a flex. I'm like, oh yeah, I got an onyx, then I wasted almost $1 mil on marbles just to put marbles on marble. Actually, I guess, yeah, it is marbles. That's not what I was thinking. But yeah, there we go. It actually looks pretty cool. I think I mentioned before, if you get 6 onyxes, you can make the lava floor here, but honestly, I just don't think it looks that cool because you still get this little like patch of green in the middle. It just doesn't look great to me. But speaking of that, actually, let me go into not build mode. You've seen some of it, but I did, do some upgrades in my POH. Got a nice rug over here. I also moved some things around. I almost had it 3x3, but then I've got my menagerie out here, which I still might change. I just like the U shape of this, and you can't put the outside menagerie upstairs. But I upgraded all the way to the 2nd highest level for the house. I could have built the nature one, but I just think this looks cool with the nature one, so I'll save that until we, potentially need that. I added the snow, one down here. I've got this nice little Zen garden theme. I made the little topiary bush and made it to serve because I think it looks, pretty cool. The League Hall I finally built. I had been wanting to do this for a while, but I just kind of decked it out with pretty much everything I could in an effort to save money, because this is like a couple marble and some gold leaf for every single one. I didn't make all 3 of the ornate trophy pedestals. I just said, hey, I'll do the middle. Whatever my best one is, that'll be that. Which my best one is the Trailblazer. That was the only one I got rune in. I could have sworn I got rune for Shattered Relics, but I guess it was just Addy. And I've got the Shattered Relics banner, Trailblazer, rug, and globe over here. And then I went ahead and spent some of my points and bought the Twisted Tier 3 outfit to display over here. So I like this room. It's really, really cool. And then I changed some stuff around. I've got my workshop down here now for grabbing like hammers and shovels, because I used to run upstairs. My costume room is right here by the entrance because I go there a lot. Chapel, I actually made a mistake. I upgraded this with a lot of things, and then I accidentally built the Gothic symbol, wanting to just keep it Saradomin because I like the angels you get for the statues, and that was somewhat expensive, so I decided to just keep it for now until I decide to actually go and build up my POH. And then upstairs is pretty bare bones right now. I've got a bedroom up here so I can change my my characters like shoes and clothes and stuff. And then pretty much the only thing I use is like the kitchen for boosting whenever I need to make like the tea like I just did now, and then a study for like making house tabs. But that's pretty bare bones. That'll be upgraded later. There were upgrades I could make now, but I would just be burning money at that point. So I'll wait until I actually have money to burn. But I'm gonna go ahead and call the episode there. It's so funny how I wanted to do Zulrah and I ended up getting like maybe like 10 or 20 kills, and then just doing construction mostly and house upgrades. But I think it was worth it. The Spirit Tree Fairwing combo takes some getting used to. I would prefer to have the tree left click because I more often than not want to right click anyway for the fairy ring, either to do Xanaris or a Last Destination. But even with Runelight, you can't swap left click for the tree option. You can only do it for the rings and whatnot, so that's a little annoying. I gotta get used to right clicking to do the tree, but it's not a big deal, and I'd much prefer doing that rather than having it in different areas. So as always, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you'll join me for the next one where we are actually going to be doing some Zulrah and hopefully getting some useful uniques I have not seen yet. Have a good one.